Welcome back to my Let's Play of the Celtic Empire and Europa Universalis IV. In this episode, we will be finishing up the War of Navarra, as well as hopefully taking a chunk here from the Roman Empire to connect this new land to my current area. At very minimum, this will take 3 provinces. And though the original plan was to take these, I will now be going to connect this land up, as it's some of Iberia, which is one of my eventual areas I am going to want to take entirely for myself. Tlamecan. It's primarily in the form of one of North Africa's 2 powers. And they begin at tier 10, of course, which is the highest of any nation in the world at this point. So I might not be able to take them on for a while. Western Roman Empire has maintained one province, cert. The Western Roman Empire has taken a beating, only because it did not spawn with most of these lands, which would have rebelled anyway. And here, the pips don't really make a difference. I crush them pretty much anyway, and begin sieging the northern area. I still killed several times more than they did. They've retreated to there. Get these guys freed up. Western Roman Empire, I believe, will experience continued rebellions soon enough. And I believe it's also scared of engaging me. And would be for very good reason. An army there. I'm about to move to their capital. Now, taking the 3 northernmost provinces is a relatively okay thing to do, as it means I'll be able to call all 3 of them, theoretically at least. Due to having very little trade range, I might not be able to. And instead, I would have to take these 3 before connecting it. So I am actually capable of forcing them into vassalage. So I'm not capable of forcing them to change their religion. So the provinces will, unfortunately, remain animist. So that is a fair price to pay to get them as a vassal and get effectively a deal of North Iberia. Now I can even allow them to be effective fighters in the war. This means I can also now just focus up here again, which would be a greatly beneficial thing to take over this area. I do not have to focus on connecting this to my lands. The Western Roman Empire is beginning to recover manpower, but still relies mainly on mercenaries. So I'm most likely gonna go for a large push into this area here. And I guess I am also gonna have to take them head on in this area up here. I don't want to destroy their army just yet. I want to try and get them to in without much of an issue, which would enable me to also have their army discover Iberia while I begin sieging up towards my own lands up here. Burgers has been sieged. They still will not accept the peace. I guess I'll go into Saurias. I'm going to set that to fabricate during the war, just to decrease the cost it will require. Now, I'll focus on getting them beaten down. Gallian nationalists have yet again rised up. And quite frankly, most areas have got rebellion again of it. I can see this soon enough resulting in them losing their armies again, which would be a very good thing for me. So I'm going to wait for a little while, see if they will lose and such. I also think the barbarian tribes very rarely will go to war against them without the event. That there's just giving me some extra stuff. And here you can see the Romans barely won that. There's 15,000 more. I'm also in a perfect position to take out a large chunk. And that's a terrible event, especially if you're a large nation. Now, with Navarra as my vassal, it is time I pulled my armies back. Away. I think I could take on the Western Roman Empire. And I believe its force limit's gone up since it's become a large empire instead of an outright huge empire due to the loss of North Africa. Byzantine Empire is outright collapsing and probably stands very little chance of recovering. I believe I don't need all these armies in the north anymore. I pulled that down to here to support the frontier against the Western Romans. Now they focus on they have 62 mercenaries, which is the bulk of their force, which I am going to have to deal with. So, quite hopefully, I could defeat them. Now that should set my armies on a good path to take on any Romans. Now, power is not very much of a matter due to the fact that it's maxed out and I'll likely not be advancing in tech for at least another few years. And then there'll be a massive gap. Either way, the Navarrans, who in all honesty do hate me to some extent, will help me in this war. Now they have claims in all of this, which I can feed to them if I need to. Alliance with Dacia is a bit unexpected, but they seem to be attempting to vassalize them. It's about time I go to war with them again. Hopefully I will not lose this war outright, but then again, they are mainly relying on mercenaries, though their economy can easily support that. I think I will wait fully for my manpower to recover. Plus I'll most likely wait till next episode, and oh dear, I am taking attrition here. That's better. Like, I aim to take this area here before I reach, say, Tech 13, 14, 15 in admin, which will trigger the barbarian invasion event. So, with that, I'll get extra units, like all other barbarian tribes would. I'll be able to take land as I please, by sieging it and then taking the events, which will eventually flip it to me. Way, in that case, I most likely will end up advancing into the Western Roman Empire's heartland at that point. Though I hopefully will have the French region and other areas that the Western Roman Empire owns around here under my control by then. Another factor that I'll be taking into account is any other threats, like, for example, if the Roman Empire decides it wants to vassalize some barbarian tribes, I'll most likely be in a terrible position to fight them as well. I think I might have wasted some time by allowing them to recover to a lot of things, and that I should have declared war on them very often as quickly as I could. They are still nevertheless having massive problems, but with, say, Germanic people up here, for example. But once I've, like, taken over this region, I think they will be weak enough that I can declare war on them at leisure at that point in game. My military's still apparently stronger, though I question that to some extent. Waiting for the next tech might be a good idea, as it, even if it doesn't matter much early game, it will nevertheless help. And at TS 6, well, level 6, they will get an extra bit of morale, which is actually quite critical. Supply limit also does not increase for a long time, so these will probably be the size of armies I use, or maybe smaller with a 8-4 split at a later date. I'll be taking the stability and such for now, mainly because I want to get a little bit of extra tax out. I think this is around the end of the episode. I'll see you all next time.